Wait for a minute.
Welcome back to the interview series of women entrepreneurs. Next 50 days, you are going to listen to success stories of women entrepreneurs. Me to We is the mission of creating 1,000 women entrepreneurs. Now, today we have Ashwini Reddy with us. Welcome, Ashwini.
Hi, Prajakta.
Yeah, so Ashwini is my colleague, and she has started with her career with various corporates like Wipro, WNS, HSBC for 18 years. After 18 years of corporate career, she left her career and started her own venture, Maxwell International Pet Care. So welcome back, Ashwini.
Thank you.
And congratulations for being an entrepreneur. Uh, so, uh, tell us about your decision when you started feeling that you have to come out of your comfort zone of your corporate career and you have to start your entrepreneurial journey. I'm sure it is not a very easy decision.
Yeah, hi, Prajakta. It's always nice to talk to you, believe me. And yes, for the years that we know each other, I think you're doing a fantastic job, and I'm so proud of you, to be frank. Now, coming back to me, yes, corporate life was fun because when you are at the peak and you are taking care of so many countries, and that too, at a very high post with a very fat salary, to be frank, you are like accustomed to a luxurious life. But yes, the decision was a very risky proposition for me because I had to completely go from top to bottom. A bank balance which is fat and then suddenly a zero bank balance. That is the risk that I had to take. And I took that risk 4 years back when I started Maxwell. It wasn't a very easy decision, to be frank, but then somewhere it had to start because as my passion goes for animals, I knew I'll start it sometime, but I was in my own comfort zone, luxury, like I told you, enjoying the standard of life. But then I said, if I have to work in this field, which is pet industry, animal industry, I need to have the energy, which probably after some years when I grow old, obviously I am growing old, it wouldn't have been that. So a decision was taken, and obviously family is backing, and that should be there. Family support should be there. It is very important when a woman wants to get into a business kind of a field, being an entrepreneur. So my family supported, my husband especially. So I started this in 2016, and completely corporate life cut out. I was being called again and again for about 1 year, to be frank. I struggled. Every day I felt, should I go back? Should I go back? Because it was attracting me. And being a businesswoman is not easy. It's not easy. It's walking on thorns, basically, and motivating yourself daily. In the morning, you have to get up and you say, okay, I am motivated. I'm not going to leave it. I need to go where I want to go. So that thing that kept going, in my mind. Every time there was a fight in between me saying, go back to the corporate life and or go be a businesswoman. I think the businesswoman in me won. So that itself was a great achievement because if you want to walk that path, you really need to motivate yourself and also keep striving that the progress is very slow, but you will be achieve what you want to achieve. That goal needs to be right in front of you all the time. You are your own boss, you are your own staff, you're managing everything, you're your finance guy. Everything in you is activated that time. So the challenging thing is that how will you control everything that you as in within you have, and you are able to It's not the question of showing the world that you can do it. Somewhere it is a question of your satisfaction, your peace of mind. When a person does what he likes, it is never a work. It is a journey which he or she loves. And I believe everybody should follow. Every woman, to be frank, should do what they want to do. It will be difficult, but it is not that they can't achieve. Women are strong, and I believe it very much. And like I told you always when we met, that women can do things extremely. They can achieve whatever they want.
So what inspires you to stay back at this journey and not going back to the corporates? I'm sure your initial days are full of struggle. So tell us about that.
Yes. So one struggle, like I would say, is that when I started, obviously it's not that you would have that kind of a finance. There was finance which we have put it in, making the structure of your dream. When Maxwell started in 2016, I didn't haphazardly started. So it was a very constructive decision. When I started the kennel business, it was not that just take a shed or build something. I hired an architect. 4 years back, hiring an architect, the architect who didn't know how to build kennels. He said, "What do you want me to make?" I said, "This is my idea. This is my things that I want. This is the dimensions. This is the way the thing should look." And he was then on board. The architect who didn't know anything about a dog industry or kennel or anything. I gave him all my supports, all my thoughts, and then he made the blueprints, the designs. It was sanctioned. So my structure is a properly built by an architect. So it was done, everything, every small thing there was thought about how a pet can be safe, how the pet can be, if it is hot, a hot day, or summers, how the pet can stay calm, cool, the anti-scratch floor so that they don't slip. For that, I actually have done a lot of reading. So
So can you tell us about Maxwell International, because our audience will be interested in knowing that, what exactly you're doing at Maxwell International.
yeah, that's one thing good we can start off with. So Maxwell International Pet Care, basically the idea, like I told you, I'm passionate about pets, about animals. So I wanted to have a hostel which would have pets coming to us, staying with us while their parents are away for vacation or for whatever reasons. If they are not able to take care of their pets, they can keep it with me as in boarding, 15 days, 20 days, 1 month. So this is what the service I give. That was the basic service I started. Slowly, obviously the service started increasing. When then we started giving grooming services, then pet taxi. Then I had retail where all pet accessories were available. So right now I have a lot of things. Anything about pet you ask, it will be with us, except for the vet, which is the doctor's facility. Obviously, I'm not a doctor, so I don't have that facility. But yes, we help the pet parents, knowing the right vet, or giving them the names of the vet which are closer to their area. And that's how this pet industry is all connected. So this is what we are. And one thing I wanted to say, that you had asked me what about the challenges which we were just coming back. So one of the challenges, and it is always there, even now, it is a challenge, is to get the right staff. In pet industry, staff is not easy to be available. We don't need a skilled educated person, but we need a person who loves pets, who loves animals, who is able to remove their potty and don't feel anything about it. So this is what the staff nowadays is hesitant. Very few are there, and the ones who love pets probably don't want to go to that level. So staffing is always been a concern, and it's still a concern. It's still a challenge. Personal challenges, that will keep on going. I think that is for the lifetime. Challenges will come coming, but if you are not able to overcome the challenges, then fun is not there.
Great. So from risk and compliances and operation to suddenly transformation to pet industry. So there is no connect in between.
No
But
connect.
I'm very sure that you must have used your corporate knowledge and processes and everything, and you must have used that knowledge to execute your business. So tell us about that.
Yeah, very true, Prajakta. I think when we were back in a corporate life, we both remember we had to follow certain processes, and I think those really have helped us now also. Yeah, running our own businesses like you also do and I do, we have been disciplined to follow certain things, certain protocols. So I think we have applied that quite a lot in our businesses also. Talking to clients, how to present ourselves. I think a lot of things we picked up from there. In my industry, where it is a life that I'm taking care. So when the pet comes to me, it's their baby who's they are leaving with me. So considering that it is a life that I'm looking after, I need to certain follow certain protocols. Certain things have to be followed by the pet parents also. So these all compliance stuff, where it is rules and regulation, I have actually followed it to core. Where there is a form that needs to be filled, there are certain things that they have to do, otherwise I don't board the pets. So that discipline has come that way, long way from the corporate life. Then obviously life has taught you a lot of things, which again you have put in the businesses. So learning process has been there, and it is still there. But I've somewhere felt that when I started, probably I didn't have somebody to handhold, like what you are doing for the new entrepreneurs. I love it, to be frank. And I'm really happy that the women who are going to get attached to you, and to follow our path, is getting a hand like yours. So I think you are doing a wonderful job, and I have always told you that I will support you whenever you require. I will be there, because I feel that one thing probably is you're doing on a bigger platform. When I started, I didn't have that. I learned falling down and getting up and learning. But yes, if it was like some like you 4 years back, probably it would have been a different thing.
Correct.
So good. Keep up the work.
Thank you so much. And I'm not alone in this journey. All of us together, those who have achieved
Yes.
something in the life, in entrepreneurship, we all together, we are going to support aspiring entrepreneurs now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, about Maxwell again. So nurturing is the natural trait of women. So I think this industry, pet care industry that you are handling, this women touch is very, very important. So can you tell us about some experiences where that women nurturing skill have, you have used?
Helped.
And
Yeah.
yeah.
I think not only in pet industry, but any industry which we want to venture into, we have that inbuilt quality. Not that men don't have, they do have it, but women have a little extra, because probably they have grown up with it. So they want to plant a seed and see it growing.
Yeah.
So that thing is inbuilt. That's one thing good. And in my industry also, when a puppy comes to us, like a kitten or a puppy, we see them as babies. We treat them very nicely. For example, I'll give you, when a puppy comes to us 3 months 4 months for first grooming, for their first bath, to take a bath and all, we really make them relax, because it is for them it's a first experience. And like they say, first experience is the last experience.
Mhm.
So we make them as comfortable possible, for them to relax, for them to take a bath with soft hands. So the nurturing probably has helped me do that, understand that feeling, that softness. Even with the puppies or the grown up pets, some pets are very old. We get senior pets also for bath, or things like that, or to stay with us. We have to handle them very nicely. It's like handling a senior person.
Hmm.
So it is like that, so for us, it's not a dog, it's a life, probably at the different stage, maybe at a a very young age, 3 months, or maybe for 13 years, 14 years. So for us, we look at it like that.
Very noble thought,
Yeah.
really. Tell me about your personal transformation, maybe emotionally or financially. Uh, how your transformation has been done through this last 4 years? I'm sure you must have very emotional moments in these 4 years.
Very, very emotional, because I- I'm basically a very emotional person, and when the uh, probably the business that I've selected is connected to emotions. So when a pet parent comes to us to leave their pet with us for 10 days, 2 days, 3 days, 5 days, they are so concerned. They are telling me, please, can you take care of my baby? Will you do this? Will you do that? Will you tell us? Will you send pictures? If it is not eating, will you tell us? That connection, because it's
Hmm.
like, I always, whenever, though I have been this in this for 4 years, every time a new border comes, I go through that emotion again. It is never that, ki, sometimes what happens, doing certain things, you get immune to it. You say, okay, it's like doing an operation, just do cut fit and finish it off. It's not like that. It's like every time a puppy comes, every time a dog comes, I get connected to the pet parents, I get connected to the pet, and each of them is very different. So me talking to them is always, same way as if I'm doing it for the first time, first day, my first day of getting a pet. It has always been like that. So it's all full of emotion in it. It is full emotion, bhara pada hua types mein in it. And we run through that emotion again, because we see the pet parents cry for their pets, saying that, will you take care of my pets? I'm leaving it first time. I can't stay with my pet. So and we are there with them. Sometimes the pet is unwell at our place. We also feel the same thing, that if the pet is not well, so the emotions are constantly running. It's never that it's just a materialistic, just bod kiya, you give the food, finish it off, take for walks, nothing like that. You get attached to that person, yeah, that pet. And we in this 4 years, we have pets coming from the age of 3 months till they have grown now 4 months, 4 years, 5 years. So they have been with us in their journey. We know the pet so well that sometimes when the parents call, they tell us, this he is not eating. Do you want to just tell us what to do?
Hmm.
So we know the pet so well sometimes that we can connect. Oh, maybe he's not because of this.
Hmm.
So it is like that. And these emotions I have, uh, 4 years back, I had the same emotion. Now today also, if I talk to any pet parent, I have the same emotion. Emotions have not changed. In fact, it has become more and more. And I feel, somewhere I feel, to be frank, and I believe it is a God gift that I'm serving the pets. It is serving the voiceless.
Correct.
So in me, I feel very peaceful at the end of the day. In my corporate life, probably at the end of the day, I was not sleeping because I had so many things in my mind, thinking of what can go wrong next morning and things like that.
Hmm.
But today, I sleep well. There's so much of peace, so much of peace.
So peace of mind is very important,
Very
and
important.
self-actualization stage is very very important for every
Yes.
human, I think. And
Yes.
when you convert your passion into work, this is what it happens. So you don't feel like you're working actually.
Exactly.
Right,
Yes.
right. So what is
And
what is your tips for success? So what you will share about your
yeah,
success?
I think to all the budding entrepreneurs, the women who are probably are thinking or in process or already have started or in a midway, keep up, keep up, keep doing. Every day you will probably have a negative thought, but don't let that negative thought overcome you. Because what happens the moment you are soft, you're loosen, you're given up,
Mm.
the entire world will jump on you. So first thing that you need to do is that every day motivate yourself. Do not rely on anybody else to motivate you. That is first mantra. You have to tell yourself you are the best. You can do that in front of the mirror or wherever, however you feel comfortable. But you got to say that to yourself, that you are the best, and believe in you. Believe in you, you can do it. And I'm telling you, my friends, my entrepreneur colleagues, you can do it. It is not impossible. Just that you stay strong and keep going, overcome the challenges. There are always ways. I'm not saying that challenges won't come. There will be days when you'll sit and cry in the corner and you'll feel, oh my God, you have done the worst thing of your life of taking such a decision. But let that moment pass. Don't take any decision when you're sad, when you're low. Don't take any decision. You want to cry, you cry. But don't take decision at that moment, because decisions taken at that moment are always wrong. Let the moment pass. Sit quietly, because always when you are with yourself, you will answer the right thing. Do not get influenced by others. Listen to yourself, listen to your heart. Your intuitions always will guide you right.
Correct. So I think at the initial stage, even if we struggle in entrepreneurship, it is a sustainable career. So as you go along, you invest your efforts, your time, your money into something which is sustainable. There will not be any day where somebody will tell you now you can go. It is
Yeah.
not like that.
No.
So I think entrepreneurship is the answer now. After COVID-19, it is so
Yeah.
much uncertain in the industry.
Yes.
So you have to create your own your own employment.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
women can convert their passion into work, into entrepreneurship. So that's
Yeah.
the best thing that they can do.
Yeah. They can. And now, since you said about the COVID thing, see, financially everybody is hit.
Yeah.
There is no two ways. I think for 6 months everybody was just uh, stopped. No finance flowing, nothing. So this 6 months have taken us 1 year back.
Correct.
Probably when we talk about the economy is badly impacted, but you as an individual, because at the end of the day you have to run the house. See, we can talk big great things, but when it comes to taking care of the house, you have to feed your children, you have to feed yourself. That is the main thing at the end of the day, right?
Correct.
Keeping aside all the big things, if you are able to do that, because in today's scenario, just sustain yourself.
Yes.
Just let one day go, one day go, one day go. Don't leave
One
it.
day at a time.
Yes. Don't let it go saying that no, abhi to sab khatam ho gaya hai. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Just live for that day. Probably it will take some time, but it will be back on track.
So 2020 is a survival year, I think. So
Absolutely.
if you are survive in the business, then you will be here forever.
Absolutely. Agree with you. Completely agree with you. Because, like I said, today, let the day go. Earn for today.
Great, great. Tell us about your work-life balance. When you were working with corporates, how was your work-life balance? And when now you're working for yourself, so how you're handling work-life balance now?
Uh, Completely different things. Corporate life, it was much easy because you had your Saturday, Sunday, weekly off.
Mm,
And what that was relaxing. You have your maid who will
mm,
take care of everything. Obviously, I have two grown-up children and two of my pets who are again on their own. Everybody's on their own. So for me, taking care of grown-up kids now, because it's easier. They are not small, so I'm relieved from there. But I have my parents, obviously. In my, again, in corporate life, it was much easier that I used to just go 9 to 5, 9 to 6, and then you have laptops to work on, offline, online, whatever it is. It was much easier. But once you're in a business, you don't have offline, online. You have to be in front foot. So this
24/7.
24/7, then you don't have anything. Now in the COVID situation, no maid, nothing. You are taking care of house, you're doing jhadu pocha, you're taking calls, you're taking to the pet parents. This has happened, that happened, staff is screaming. So you are basically, you were a multitasker. Now you are a multiple tasker. Exactly. And all these things, you realize that it's not rocket science.
Mhm.
But if you keep calm here, you are able to handle everything. So yes, corporate life things were very not very they were very mental straining. They were draining you mentally, because
Mm.
then targets and everything were there and all those things. But in business life, that strain is not there.
Correct.
There are activities, you are more active, you're multitasker.
Mm.
But here you're happy.
Correct.
That content is there, and then you don't mind getting up early morning, doing those things and cooking, and then going and rushing for your business, and then coming back again doing working. So you don't mind all that time. Physical activity doesn't matter. But
Right.
if there's no peace here, then it does matter, because then you're drained, you're pulled out, you're unwell all the time, and you're screaming at everybody, and making a mess of everything.
Hmm.
But in business, probably you are your own boss. See, this is the difference. When you're an entrepreneur, you're your own boss. You take your own decisions,
Right.
and you are responsible for it.
Correct.
And if you're taking that responsibility, then nothing like that. Own your responsibility, then nothing like that. But corporate life, it doesn't work like that.
So how do you feel now? You have created jobs for others and you are giving salaries to others.
Yeah.
So how it feels?
It really feels good, Prajakta. I'll tell you why. Because even in COVID times, when there was no earnings, and I had staff money to be given, I was feeling it. It came within me saying that my staff has to get their salary, because it is their earnings. They are working. So that makes you a very good human being. Yeah, I really feel that, because you are, as an employer, you want your staff to be happy, because you were employee some time back, and how you were unhappy when things didn't go well, and you were not get salary on time, or you didn't get holiday. So you play a dual part. So then that time, you are in their shoes. So this really makes you a person who thinks of others,
Mm.
who wants the others to be happy. Because if they don't get salary, how will their house run? They are
Mm.
completely dependent on you. So this really gives you a happiness somewhere, though not in COVID time. Obviously, it wasn't 100% kind of a thing,
Mm.
but survival, like I told you, I also spoke to them saying, this is the situation. It is not that I'm hiding anything, but for your survival, the house needs to run.
Mm.
It will be done. And I'm happy that all my staff still with me. So that really makes you happy, that maybe you're doing something nice, that people still are with you.
Mm.
So
Great.
yeah, it makes you a good human being.
Right. So coming back to pet care industry is upcoming industry,
Yeah.
not very organized right now.
Yeah.
So what do you think? What should be the provisions from the government, or what is your message for the people who wish to start something similar to this?
Yeah. So like rightly you said, Prajakta, it is not developed as such from the foreign countries, where pet industry is really good, and it
Yes.
is booming, and it is completely different world outside. But in India, it is just started. So a lot of people have pets. Everybody have pets, in fact, at their home. Let it be fish or a cat or a dog or something or the other is still there. So I want to give a message to new entrepreneurs who really want to take anything in pet industry. It can be anything. There are a lot of options. If you want, you can connect to me later. I can give you also options. But one can do really lot of things in the pet industry, and it is the right time to get into the industry because it is booming, it is developing, and it will go to a very high peak. So there are not too many. It's not a competitive world kind of a thing. So it is a right time if you want to also get into the industry. So I'll encourage people, entrepreneurs, women, to get into the pet industry. And if anybody needs help, I'm always in.
Great. Okay. Coming back to government help, or
Yes.
yeah. So, do you think there should be government intervention into this industry?
There is, in fact, there are rules that are there, especially now the rules are stringent around pet breeding, uh, because a lot of unauthorized people are doing breeding and things like that. So for more focus right now is given into that kind of a thing, but
Okay.
slowly I think they are getting into the kennel industry, means boarding and all. For in fact there are guidelines which are there, which is how the kennel should be, how much space should be there for the pet, what safety measures should be there, what should be the size of the room of the pet, how they should be kept, and things like that, what kind of measures should be taken to keep it healthy, clean environment. So there are guidelines, but I think they should be made as regulations. So when
Correct.
stricter regulations will come, probably it will be a different kind of thing, because uh, now, because it is not a regulation, because it is not by government enforcement, people have started their own things and things go wrong, and then nobody takes responsibility. If a pet is fallen sick in the kennel or is unwell and passes away, nobody is answerable. Probably they do go to the court and things like that, but it is not still very streamlined. It should be very strict, then only probably uh, it will get it will be on a different platform, I feel. Right now there are certain guidelines which we I also try to follow, and I have my everything in place. I have taken my GST also, and registration also, shop act also. So whatever that comes to me as a guideline, I try to follow that, and I would love that other people also follow, which very few handful in the industry follow, my colleagues who are there in this industry. And there are these are known people. So I really feel that the other ones who are coming up should follow this stricter rules and regulations.
Okay. Okay. Now, my last question: what is your message to the women, those who are actually working in corporates or maybe on salary basis? What is your message to them?
So I think after this interview, probably who are watching us, they are seeing you also as an entrepreneur in your own unique business that you run, and me. There will be certain women who will be definitely motivated. I am not doubting about it. But for the other women who are in the working thing, and they, because of their own requirements, they are still
Mm,
working, and somewhere they have there in their mind that they want to start something new, and
right.
uh, you know so I want to give a message saying that if you are able to get into it, take the risk. Please take the risk, because this is the right time. Anyways, it's low period.
Mm,
Nothing can go, I mean, what can go wrong up below this?
Right.
It is already at a lower this thing. So if you want to get into it, please get into it. That is
Time
my
is
message.
now.
Time is now. Exactly. People feel, "Arey nahi, isko jaane do 2020 ke," then we'll think, no, it is not like that.
Mm.
If you're not taking the opportunity, you'll miss the train. So please, women, if you're thinking of something, I think it is the right time. You will definitely get handhold by, Prajakta, her team. They're doing such a good, lovely job. If Prajakta needs my help in any of her this thing,
Definitely.
pet industry, I'm always there for anybody.
Definitely. So thank you so much, Ashwini, for your time today. And it was really wonderful talking to you today. You're always motivation to all of us.
And you are one always. I always keep telling you that.
So let's motivate each other, and let's motivate the entire fraternity of
Fraternity,
women.
women, yes. So yes, if anybody who needs to get connected to me, either if you can get via Projecta, otherwise my webpage or website is a Maxwell International Pet Care. On Facebook, anyways, you'll if you type just Maxwell, you will get it. So you're most welcome to visit me anytime. And thank you,
Thank you so much.
Prajakta. Thank you
Thank you
so
so much.
much.
Thank you for your time.
I think these kind of interviews always makes me, do things much more at a rigorous. I feel very young to, to strive more and to do good in the industry.
I think now you have achieved that level in your life that it is time to give back to the society.
Yeah. Exactly. Yes. And all thanks to you, because somewhat what happens is that, in a daily routine, you forget that connect, to connect with people or things like you are in your small kind of world. But when a
Right.
platform comes like use where you are, spreading that thing, and if I'm able to connect via you and able to spread that thing, I feel very good. So I think I really am thankful to your team and you.
Thank you. Thank you once again. So Ashwini has a courage to create her own life using her passion, using her creativity, and she has done it for herself. And she has shown the world that women can do it.
Yeah.
So if you are interested in uh, entrepreneurship and starting your journey, so do connect with us. We are here to help you. We are here to handhold you. Thank you so much for today.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.